Hello, I'm HomoArrosor. Today, I am briefing you on a monumental, finalized shift in our network. I bring you definitive confirmation. The decentralized robot economy's physical execution layer is completely operational as of today, August 26, 2026. The physical bodies of robots are now definitively hardwired to digital payment rails. The 100-node compute network and the Access robot teaching platforms are active. They are mandatory components of a live functioning system. The era of the robot teacher begins right now, and you need to understand exactly how this machinery operates.
We have a lot of ground to cover to get you fully up to speed. Our agenda today covers 5 key areas. 1. The RoboPay integration. 2. Fabric gateway architecture. 3. Pi node evolution. 4. Access robot teachers. And 5. The machine economy. Let's get straight into it.
Section 1. The RoboPay integration. We start with the undeniable factual results of the Fabric RoboPay bounty.
What we are looking at here is the official bounty marketplace confirming an absolute breakthrough. Fabric initiated this specific bounty with a massive pool of 1 million robo tokens. The explicit non-negotiable goal was to integrate 12 major robot models, ranging from bipedal humanoids all the way to quadrupeds, directly into RoboPay, and the results are in. This finalized integration proves that end-to-end paths, moving from a purely digital payment request all the way down to a physical robotic action in the real world, are fully operational. The hardware abstraction layer is a reality. We are no longer waiting for this to happen. It is actively happening right now.
The verified numbers speak for themselves, and we need to break them down carefully. Out of the 12 targeted robot models, 10 achieved perfect integration. That is an 83.3% success rate right out of the gate. In total, we have 13 distinct execution pathways verified across the system. This includes flawless Tier 1 executions, meaning 10 successful models operating perfectly in simulation environments. We also saw Tier 2 successes on real physical hardware, like the AGBot X2, utilizing the native functions provided by the manufacturer. We even achieved Tier 3 success, which means the system successfully executed custom, multi-step actions on physical robotic arms. The connection from digital payment to physical movement is rock solid across these first 3 tiers.
The contrast on this slide is the critical takeaway for you today. Tiers 1 through 3 are massive, undeniable successes. The hardware abstraction is flawless. When a payment clears on the network, the physical robot moves. It is that simple. But pay extremely close attention to Tier 4. Tier 4 represents fine-tuning. It represents teaching the robot entirely new, complex capabilities and optimizing its policy in the real world. The factual result here was absolute zero success. Zero. This proves a vital reality about the current state of robotics. The body and the wallet are fully connected, but the brain is still completely empty. And this missing layer of learned intelligence, this massive gap in Tier 4, is the exact void that our community fills and, quite frankly, profits from.
Section 2. Fabric gateway architecture. To truly grasp how we fill that void, we have to look under the hood at the exact closed-loop pipeline making this physical execution possible. This pipeline represents the complete and total separation of financial clearance from physical, real-world safety. Here is exactly how it executes. In Step 1, the Fabric gateway validates the incoming payment and securely escrows the funds. They are locked in. Step 2, the gateway issues a highly specific, cryptographically signed execution token. Step 3 is where the physical world takes over. RoboPay, located natively on the robot itself, intercepts this token and verifies it against the robot's strict local safety policies. Step 4, the verified command is passed via the robot's internal operating systems, protocols like Xeno or ROS2, directly to the physical motors. Finally, in Step 5, the robot completes the physical action and sends a definitive cryptographic receipt back to the network, which triggers the final financial settlement. It is a seamless closed loop. This is a massive paradigm shift. Legacy systems require developers to sit down and write complex, custom payment and control code for every single individual robot manufacturer. That entire process is now completely obsolete. Pi acts exclusively as the universal language of value and settlement in this ecosystem. Only one single Pi payment adapter connects to the central Fabric gateway. The absolute moment that single connection is made, Pi instantly bridges to all hardware models across the network without requiring any low-level robotic coding whatsoever. Value and execution are perfectly synchronized through one single integration point.
Section 3. Pi node evolution. Now that the execution layer is locked in and finalized, we must look at the compute layer, which aligns perfectly
with our deliberate rollout schedule. The engineering timeline we followed reveals staggering precision. Back in March 2026, a 7-node proof of concept successfully processed complex visual object detection in under 4 seconds. Then, on August 14th, the 5-node solo host automated test succeeded brilliantly. 5 individual nodes automatically connected to a central coordinator, received a compute job, processed it, and returned the verified result in a flawless, hands-off pipeline. This direct, methodical progression from a manual proof of concept directly to a fully automated pipeline paved the exact road for deploying the top 100 commercial nodes in late August.
A question we see frequently asked is, why did the core team wait? Why not launch the massive 100-node network much sooner? The answer comes down to simple, undeniable economics. We deliberately held back the massive compute rollout because activating these nodes requires the simultaneous presence of physical robots ready and willing to purchase those computations. Launching a massive compute network without a paying buyer on the other side simply burns electricity for no reason.
The timing of this August 26th rollout is entirely deliberate. Compute nodes require external AI jobs to generate actual revenue. Physical robots operating out in the real world require massive, high-load AI processing, things like real-time 3D spatial point clouds and complex path planning. The small onboard batteries strapped to these robots physically cannot handle that level of compute power locally, so they outsource it. With the execution layer now completely finished via RoboPay, the robotic demand for high-load AI processing finally exists in the real world. The paying customer has officially entered the market, and our nodes are there to serve them.
Section 4. Access robot teachers. Raw computation is only half of the robot's brain. The other half is raw, learned intelligence. This demand leads us directly to the solution for that missing Tier 4 intelligence: access.
The Axis platform is a definitive data engine that completely solves the Tier 4 zero success problem we discussed earlier. What you see here is the interface. It features multiple, simultaneous camera points of view, first-person, risk-mounted, and third-person perspectives all streaming in real time. Through this highly familiar interface, verified human operators provide the exact, granular trajectory corrections that robots require to function in complex, unpredictable environments. Axis is scaling aggressively right now. The platform has already surpassed 123,000 active participants and successfully captured over 3 million on-chain trajectory records.
The core training framework powering this system is called the Human-Gated Dagger. We absolutely do not pay humans to sit with a joystick and continuously drive a robot around a room all day. That model does not scale. Instead, the AI autonomous system drives the robot. Human-Gated Dagger intervenes strictly at the precise exact moment the AI fails, gets confused, or gets stuck. At that exact second, the human operator provides a hyper-focused 1 to 2 second trajectory correction and then immediately hands control back to the AI. You act as a teacher, immediately and permanently upgrading the robot's physical capabilities with your highly specific human intuition.
The sheer efficiency of this method is mathematically proven in recent, verified robot experiments. By feeding the AI model just 50 brief episodes of this highly specific human-corrected data, the real-world physical success rate of the robot attempting to grasp objects spiked violently. It went from 0 out of 20 successful grasps all the way up to 17 out of 20. Just 50 brief, focused human interventions completely transformed the machine's physical competence in the real world. That is the power of high-quality human data.
But there is a critical bottleneck here, and it all comes down to data quality. Feeding the robot unverified, sloppy human data actively degrades its physical performance by 16%. Furthermore, when actual financial rewards are on the line, automated bots relentlessly flood the system. This makes Pi the ultimate non-negotiable linchpin of the entire network. The system strictly enforces one-to-one human verification to protect the data pool. Step 1, the Pi sign-in authenticates you. Step 2, Pi Verify confirms you are a unique, identity-verified, KYC-cleared human being. Step 3, you execute the precision correction tasks in ASIS. Step 4, the data is pre-processed by the node network, resulting in guaranteed Pi settlement to your wallet. This rigorous 4-step pipeline absolutely guarantees the lucrative, high-quality data that manufacturers are eager to pay for.
Section 5, the machine economy. We are now watching the finalized, real-time convergence of human data, decentralized compute, and physical machine execution. This is what it all means for the network's underlying value.
Observe the factual market behavior of Zcash in August 2026. Back in June, ZSC was sitting quietly in the $250 range.
By late August, it violently and suddenly re-rated, breaking $800. That is a 3.4x multiplication in a matter of weeks. This occurred fundamentally because of the grayscale ETF conversion and the massive influx of institutional buying. Markets aggressively correct when an asset's fundamental underlying classification completely changes. ZSC transformed in the eyes of the market from a forgotten privacy coin into institutional-grade infrastructure, and the price instantly reflected that new reality.
We are actively witnessing that exact same instantaneous identity shift right now with Pi. The legacy perception among the general public was a simple mobile mining application for retail users. But with the definitive completion of the top 100 nodes, the massive AIX data engine, and the fully integrated RoboPay execution layer, the institutional reality is entirely different today. Pi is actively reclassifying itself on the global stage. It is now the exclusive base settlement currency uniting verified human teachers, heavy AI compute nodes, and real-world physical robots into one single unified economy.
Because this machine economy is fully active today, you must prepare yourself immediately. Here's your strategic, mandatory protocol. Immediately begin refining your spatial manipulation skills. Spend 20 to 30 minutes every single day playing physics-based 3D puzzles or first-person drone simulators. Focus intensely on extreme precision, spatial awareness, and absolute total collision avoidance. This is your direct, hands-on training for the robot teacher economy. Furthermore, you must ensure your Pi node runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without a single interruption. Lastly, meticulously track the top 100 solo host app rollout and closely monitor the AHX Pi Verify integration signals.
I want to make this abundantly crystal clear to everyone watching this explainer. This is absolutely not a future roadmap. This is not a proposal. The infrastructure for the decentralized robot economy is fully operational right now, today. The hardware execution layer is securely locked in. The heavy compute nodes are primed, tested, and fully automated. The human verification economy is highly active, securely gathering millions of trajectories on-chain today.
The massive transition from theoretical white papers directly into physical, metallic reality is 100% complete. The network is built. The only variable left in this entire equation is you. As this multi-billion-dollar machine economy aggressively scales outward, you have to ask yourself, are your spatial manipulation skills sharp enough to position yourself as a premier top-tier data contributor? The robot teacher era is completely here. Make absolutely sure you are ready to teach. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you in the next briefing.